So is Sheffield United 0 or Sheffield Disunited 0? Newcastle United 8. 8 after it. Great. And I've got Jackie with me as well, big Newcastle fan as well. And before we go on to Jackie, make sure you smash the like and subscribe button as well. And also, if you'd like to super chat, it's open. Go to thanks option. If you'd like to become a member, it's 99p. We absolutely blunted the Blades last night. They didn't know what hit them. And we did a big reaction. I've always said before, if it's going to be a thrashing, it'll be soon. That's what happens. And our players yesterday were absolutely on it. I know people say, it's only Sheffield United, Sheffield United. Yeah, but you have to beat Team Sports and Tottenham. And Jackie, what a day.
Well, to be fair, if you look at Sheffield's, I know they've not won. I think they've drawn once and lost, but they've had decent results. They've only lost by one goal or two. Mm-hmm. So yesterday was just, don't know how it happened, but we were just brilliant, especially as we played, we played at Milan and then came to Bramhall. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And 8 goals, just stunning. I'm still buzzing now.
Yeah. You know what it is, right? I mean, people say, like, when you go to a long trip to Milan and you come back and play away 5 days later, it's going to be a test for Newcastle United. Can we handle it or not? But I tell you something now, right? And we said, right, the next 3 games is going to be key to us. It's going to be Brentford. Then it's going to be Milan in between, Sheffield United and Burnley to come next week, yeah? We get maximum points. We need maximum points. We'll be back in the race again. Now, I'll tell you something now, right? I mean, all these people, right, is written us off, saying that we're going to have a poor season, right? We're going to get found out. Ed's going to get found out. The team's going to get found out. You know what? I'll suggest you watch that game again, because every time, Jackie, we move forward, we're going to score every single time. And it should have been double figures as well.
It should have been, because Anthony Gordon should have had a penalty. But I just think that the fact that we've won 8-0, right. PSG will be like, oh my God. And then I said to you before, a win's brilliant and an 8-0 win's brilliant, but we've had 3 clean sheets and now we've got 3 home games. We've got City in the cup, Burnley and then PSG. So I just think it's brilliant. I do. I really think it's brilliant.
100%. We're just going to players, right? He stood out yesterday. Kieran Trippier, KT, 3 assists, right? Could have been more.
Bruno.
Yeah. What a player. And he can take set pieces. He can. That set piece is on Dan Burn. On the money. Yeah. The one on Sven Botman. On the money. Yeah. The one I think it was Callum Wilson as well. On the money. Yeah. And I'll tell you what, right? If he does that now and stop hitting it to the first flipper man all the time, then we're going to see a proper Kieran Trippier. That guy was immense yesterday, right? Anthony Gordon, we spoke about him. That guy is brilliant, right? When he came on, I felt for Harvey Barnes, right? I mean, I hope he wishes the speed of coming very soon. You look at other players who played well. Dan Burn, people say, drop in, yeah? For Lewis Hall, he had a good game yesterday. We all played well. Callum Wilson, for me, first half, should have got a hat-trick, but eventually scored a goal. They were all brilliant.
I know. And Anthony Gordon, I must admit, when he was an Everton player, I didn't like him. I thought he was a naughty little you-know-what. And I thought his attitude stunk. But he admitted last season for Newcastle he wasn't fit enough. He wasn't Newcastle fit enough. And then his post-match interview yesterday, I thought, what a humble guy. In fact, all of them that are interviewed, it sounds like Eddie Howe speaking, because they're just so team biased. It's like, yeah, we're playing for a team and we'll lose as a team and win as a team. And I thought the Anthony Gordon goal, Dan Burn, I don't know where he came from. He shot up and he drew the defender away, which gave Anthony Gordon loads of space to slot in. And I was so pleased for Botman. His grin when he scored, amazing.
Good header, wasn't it? What a header, man. And I tell you what, I was rooting for this guy to score a goal. Sven Bossman, not Botman, Bossman. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I'm going to call him for now, do you know what I mean? If let's be real, right? I mean, with Sven Botman, this guy is world class, right? I don't go anyone say this guy is world class. Is he elite? Not there, but he's world class.
Really? He's nearly there.
I could see Sven Botman, in my opinion, in years to come, he is good enough to play for Real Madrid. Oh, not yet, but I think this guy was slot in straight away. He'd be getting 8s and 9s every week for that team, I'm telling you. But he's our player.
Well, I said that to you before. You don't hear from him. And I think that's the best thing that he can do from a defender. You don't hear anything negative. He doesn't go in for hasty challenges. He just slowly, steadily plays his game, and he's just class. Rolls Royce at the back. I'm just so pleased for him he got that goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've got to mention Fabian Schär as well. I mean, along Botman, that guy is fantastic. Along with Lascelles, he's bang average. Yeah, I can't lie. But with Botman, this guy is just absolutely amazing. What's he, 31, coming on 32 years of age, right? Swiss international, right? Been linked with clubs before, Italian clubs, right? I think this guy can still at the highest level. I think Fabian Schär is an unsung hero in my book, yeah? He just gets better and better and better every week.
And he plays better when Botman's there. In fact, our whole defensive back line plays better when Botman's there, because I think they just calm him down. But Bruno, like our midfield yesterday, so it was Anderson, Bruno, and Longstaff. I think that's been the most settled midfield we've had in all our games, because because you got two engines either side, it gives Bruno the space to do what, and he had a brilliant game. Well, all three midfielders had a brilliant game, but I thought Bruno could express himself more. That pass for Miggy was immense.
Sublime, what an absolutely sublime pass. You mentioned about the midfields all being settled. I could kind of agree. I mean, you really got players like tonight that kind of get into the team. Joe Linton as well, and Joe Willock as well. They can't get in. I mean, they're both injured, by the way. Yeah, Eddie Scott is going to get paid his wages now. He's going to have to make a decision who to play. I would not be surprised, right? They found a place for Joe Linton playing on the left side. Do you know what I mean? Anthony Gordon's going to have to start as well for games. I love Harvey Barnes. I think he's going to come great. However, I felt from yesterday, I don't wish him getting injured, but at the end of the day, when I looked at the team lineup, I thought Eddie got it slightly wrong, playing Harvey Barnes over Gordon. No disrespect to Harvey, but at the end of the day, Anthony Gordon just absolutely destroyed Sheffield United. They looked an absolute poor outfit. And I'm not going to lie, they come on like that, they'll be relegated. I'm telling you, they'll be relegated before Christmas. They were absolutely appalling. Poor Heckenbottom, right? I mean, I felt sorry for the guy, right? He's got to go as well. He is not a Premier League manager. He is not. And I just spoke to Jimmy, and they reckon Chris Waddle could be coming back.
I did feel sorry for them, but not sorry enough to think, oh, I wish we hadn't won. But as I said before, I think a clean sheet's as important. But it was the way our team played, and all the press coverage today is, oh my God, it's like breaking records because 8 players scored. Sorry, 8 different players scored.
8 different players scored.
But if you look at our team and the versatility we've got goal scorers in every, not the defence, but almost every position. And then we've got players that can play everywhere. So like Hall and Livramento came on, which was great because I think they need time. But they can play either in the back or, right half, left half or whatever. But if you look at every single, well, apart from a couple, apart from maybe Callum Wilson, everybody can interchange. And I think that's why it's brilliant.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I mean, look, they all want to play for another. They love playing for Newcastle United. I mean, especially for Eddie Howe, right? I mean, look, he didn't fret, he didn't get stressed, and people say that he's under pressure. No, he's not. He's never been under pressure. Let me just be clear, right? For people who's watching, Eddie Howe will never guess that. He's going to be here next season, the following season, and the following season, and the following season. Yeah. If you want Eddie Howe stat, who do you want in? I can't think of anyone in. Graham Potter, get in the bin. I'm not going to lie, Don't mention Graham Potter to us, because you know what? There's better managers out than Graham Potter, Eddie Howe is the man. Always been the man. He's a project manager.
We don't need a new manager. We don't need a new manager because he motivates. We don't need a new manager because he motivates the team so well.
Totally agree, because the fact is, I mean, people on social media come up to me and say that he's taken the club as far as he could. No, he hasn't. He's got plenty to offer. He's 46 years old, He's a young manager. For me, he's the best young English manager in the country, right? And I tell you what, he's going to make some noise, not just in the Premier League, Jackie. He's going to make some noise in Europe as well. Now, when we played against Milan, right? None of the Milan fans heard of Eddie Howe, right? I'll tell you something now. They've heard of him right now. I'm telling you. And I'll tell you what, we are going to make some noise in the Champions League. I believe we're going to get in the top 2, go in the last 16. They're in for a shock at St James's Park, man. If you play like that.
I think people are going to be scared of us. But what I loved about Eddie Howe yesterday was, I think, were we 3-0 up at the break?
Should have been more. It should have been more.
More, but then, as I think it was Anthony Gordon said, we could have took our foot off the pedal. But no, what Eddie Howe did, he could have brought, who was on the bench, Lascelles, Ritchie, and Murphy on. But no, he stuck the 150 million people we'd signed in the summer. So what a statement of intent that was. And it was great for Hall and Livramento, and I thought they looked
smart management for Eddie, smart management, and it's great to see Tino and Lewis on the grass as well, getting some minutes on the legs as well. And you know what? You can't judge after 10 minutes or so. We're not going to judge him on that as well, but it's great to see him on. You just touched on Elliot Anderson as well. That guy, I tell you something now, he takes a lot of hits, but I tell you something, this guy just grafts and grafts every week.
I think that's why, I think Sonali's going to be brilliant, and Joe Litton's what you see is what you get a grafter. But with Anderson and Longstaff, they put in the hard graft, they put in all the yards, so it allows people like Bruno or Tonali to be more expressive. Yeah. But I just thought our midfield looked, I know it's only Sheffield, but I thought our midfield looked brilliant yesterday, absolutely brilliant.
Absolutely. We got Man City on Wednesday night in the Carabao Cup. Pep's going to make some changes, I'm sure. Rodri won't be playing. KDB won't be playing. Yeah, we've got a cracking chance against these at St James's Park. Can we finally beat Pep and Man City finally at St James's Park? Can we do it?
Pep joked before. He said he's got a bad back, but he's going to have to put his boots on. But their second team is still as good as our first. If I'm honest, I want us to win. But I'd rather we win at Burnley and beat PSG rather than a cup victory against City. I don't know. But maybe this is the best situation we've been in because they have got, for their thingies, they've got so many injuries, haven't they?
Absolutely. PSG, Kylian Mbappe is out as well for PSG. By the looks of it,
I'm not sure.
Say again, Jack.
I don't think so. I think he went off with a bit of I don't think Mbappe's going to be out. He went off with a bit of an ankle strain, but it seems like he's all right now. So I think that was just, I think he'll be playing.
Yeah, the thing is,
I'd like him to be playing, to be honest, because I'd like to see him.
Yeah, fair enough. Just one final one as well. He's your man on the match.
I'm going to go Bruno. Yeah,
okay.
I'm going to go Bruno. But the other thing, I was looking at the league table, and the top three are City, Liverpool, and Brighton. And who've beaten us in the league this year? City, Liverpool, and Brighton.
There you have it, guys. If you're watching, Jackie made a brilliant stats as well. City, Liverpool, and Brighton all beaten us, and they're all in the top three as well. City's won the league anyway. The game is done. The league is done. And I'm going to say that. The league is done. Over. Absolutely dusted. Because I can't see anyone catching City. No way.
And we've got 3 home games now.
Yes.
We've got City at home, Burnley at home, PSG.
Yeah.
So completely different kettle of fish playing us at home. But I thought the crowd at Sheffield were amazing, especially at the end. And what about Bruno saying, yes, I'm going to stay at the end? Did you see that?
Yes, he did. And you have to believe because he loves that club. He loves that football club, yeah? And I'll tell you what, I could see him being a lifer. You know what I mean? Because he loves our club. And I'll tell you what, he'd be an absolute legend. I hope he stays. He's 26.
I think he already is.
Yeah, he's a lifer. I really do. But I heard people saying that he could be off to Real Madrid, Barca, you know what I mean, eventually. But I tell you what, one thing I'm not going to let Bruno do, sell him to Liverpool. That ain't going to happen anytime soon. You do not sell your best player to your rivals ever. No. Because if he sold him to Liverpool and they're going with a title with Bruno there, there'll be questions. I'm telling you, there will be questions. But that's another day. Jackie, listen, thank you very much indeed for coming on.
No problem.
Do check on Jackie Tulsi on Instagram and also on Twitter as well, guys. And also, she's a regular on the Fine Cam as well. It's going to be every week. And if you like the video, like what we watch, like and subscribe. And as always,